to the U to the E, man. Where the hood, where the hood, where the hood at? Had a nigga in the truck where the wood at. All the niggas acting up where the wolves.
What's up, Internet? Corey Zamier here, and I'm back with my first ever review. I'm going to be talking about Yokai Watch for the 3DS. I absolutely love this game. I've been addicted to it for the past month, and even when I was in Ireland, I was fiending to get back to it. And let's get into this review. It's impossible to talk about Yokai Watch without mentioning Pokemon. There's a lot of similarities. In fact, that's actually why I even got into the series. I was basically looking for a Pokemon alternative while I wasn't playing a Pokemon game. I know, I need to branch out. Like, I don't play that many Pokemon games, but when you consider what I've been playing for like the last 5 years of my life, it's about 50% Pokemon. In terms of similarities with Pokemon, Yokai Watch, you are collecting yokai, or befriending yokai as the game would say. Not quite in the same way that you would in Pokemon. A lot of them are storyline yokai, which you come across and you help them with their problem and then they become your friend. Or you defeat them in battle and then they become your friend. You will encounter random yokai when you're searching around town, and you can feed them food to make them like you in the battle, and they will possibly become your friend afterwards. There's, I believe, over 200. I have nowhere near caught them all. And a lot of the yokai designs are absolutely amazing. Level 5 has done a beautiful job with this game. There are some questionable designs, I would say. Basically any yokai that looks human, like Hungramps, who's basically a cone head that's drooling and wants food. Kinda resembles me when I'm old. Shit. And then there's also Tattletale, which is basically your stereotypical old lady with really long arms for some reason. Just kind of creepy. Some yokai evolve through leveling. A lot of them you have to combine with items or other yokai to make new yokai. And going into this game blind was absolutely amazing because every step of the way I was being surprised. I am actually most surprised at how much I enjoyed the story. It has me watching the anime now because I enjoyed the story in this game so much. Very similar to the anime, a lot of the game has you helping certain people who are being inspirited by malicious yokai that are interfering with their everyday lives, and you help them. That's basically what the anime is too. The main character goes around with his yokai butler, Whisper, and they help people with their everyday problems. In the anime, you actually don't see much, if any, battling unless it's kind of like a comedic battle. And speaking of battles in the game, one thing that I was surprised by is you don't control yokai directly like you would in Pokemon. Instead, battles are fought 3-on-3. And for the most part, yokai act on their own. They have, I believe, 4 different options. They can attack, they can use their elemental, which is basically casting lightning, fire, a drain attack, or they can use their Inspirit, which basically debuffs an enemy or buffs your team. Now, there's a 4th option, which is called the Sultimate, which is the only thing you control. It's basically their ultimate move. Most of them are damage, some of them boost everybody's defense, stuff like that. And you perform this ultimate by doing a small little mini game on the touchpad. Battles are frantic, especially boss battles. They have you micromanaging like crazy in most cases. And you also have the ability to call out targets for your yokai by putting a pin in certain parts of an enemy, which is absolutely necessary in most boss battles. You have to make sure they're targeting the right weak spot at the right time. The story in Yokai Watch is told in a very episodic fashion, very similar to how the anime plays out. You can just kind of wander and do your own thing, which is wonderful, because there's a ton of side questing to do. I actually call it requesting because the game calls them requests. They're mostly people that have a situation, usually involving a malicious yokai, that you have to solve. Why people are asking some apparently 10-year-old kid to help them with problems, I don't know. I really don't. Like, one in particular has some guy standing outside of a haunted hospital, and he just comes across the 10-year-old kid and he's just like, hey, I'm too chicken shit to go in there. Can you go in there and help my friend? Get your life together, you know? Anyway, it's a lot of fun just going through a whole bunch of the requests. Just because the world of Yokai Watch is so hilarious just to see what's going on. You will come across a lot of humor in the dialogue, and especially from your yokai butler, Whisper. He's actually one of my favorite characters in the entire game. I'm kind of disappointed that he can't fight. He's just kind of there for guidance and comic relief. Kind of like a C-3PO type character. Yokai Watch is one of those games that I'm going to keep playing even though I've beaten it. There's so much post-game content that I haven't even scratched the surface. I was really thinking that once I was done with the game that I would just put it on my shelf and move on. It's not that kind of game. I think I'm a lifer. The next Yokai Watch that comes out, I'm buying it day one. I'm not waiting. I'm gonna play through it. I'm probably gonna love it. And I actually really hope that it continues the story of this Yokai Watch and doesn't just pop us into a new game with a new character. Because I really, really enjoy this world that they've created. I just want them to expand on it. So, if you've played Yokai Watch, let me know how you're feeling about it in the comments below. Let me know how you like this review format. I had a few different ways I was thinking about going about it. I had a script, didn't want to use the script. Reading from the script seemed weird. Just kind of bullshitted the whole thing. My official grade, I guess, for Yokai Watch, or my official score, would be a resounding 2 thumbs up. If you haven't played it, go try it. If you think it's too much like Pokemon and you didn't like Pokemon, I highly suggest just giving it a chance. If you have something like Gamefly, add it to your queue, give it a try. That's all I could really ask of you. Until next time, like, comment, subscribe, and as always, keep it real, Internet. I'm actually going to hit you with the double thumb again.